everybody, it's Nuggets 134 here.
And as always, I am Average Joe Squad.
And as always, welcome to another episode of Remember the Hyphen, the show where we look at comics, movies, and everything in between. Well, as a follow-up to our last video where we looked at Colton's PS1 collection.
And apologies for the abrupt ending on that. The iPad decided, remember the hyphen curse, got to start with the new year.
Yeah, it really does, yeah. At least our curse didn't end up with us getting, besieged by
zombies or
something. But,
gentlemen, the Pentagon has been breached.
But anyway, so we have Colton's PC collection here. So why don't you?
Yeah.
We've got a lot here.
As you can see by the bullshit behind me, when it comes to PC games, I like to get them with the boxes. It's not totally. I'm not totally a huge Nazi about it, but if I can get the boxes for shit, I like. I mean, you just watch me play Nazi zombies, and I was shooting zombies all the time. But anyway, growing up, I had a PC. PC was my first video game system per se.
Yeah.
If we really want to go by what was my first console, was the PS2, and it was probably about 2008.
Yeah.
But I like PC games, specifically because there's a lot of weird shit on the PC.
Yeah.
As we're gonna get into, again, as someone who thrift store shops, I find a lot of just oddball shit.
Yeah.
And when I find oddball shit, like that one we just found today, which I'm going to get, I find some crazy shit. And I'm like, when I find crazy shit, I'm just like, I gotta get it, you know?
No, that's true.
So,
9 times out of 10, it's not usually good, and we end up just being like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I like I said, I have quite a bit. I'm going to need to look for this other one I have because there's some shit in there that's going to make you go nuts.
I can imagine.
That's all I'm going to say because I went through that shit recently up here. It should have been, it might be in the table, but
gotcha.
We'll just go through what I got in front of me because there's a lot of shit right here.
There is.
So, we'll start with the furthest stack, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and for the most part, I've been able to get most of these to run on modern systems. I've had to do a lot of backdoor shit.
Yeah.
And as we get into with one of these games back here, sometimes the games just don't want to fucking work.
Yeah, a lot of this had to do with the fact that PC gaming clearly didn't expect people to want to go back and replay these after a while.
Or they rely on just DirectX.
Yeah.
And it needs a certain version. As we get into with one of the games in this stack, I had to download a very specific version of QuickTime to even get it to run.
And some of them required what's known as DOS. And
DOS is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and not only that, DOS no longer exists. If you want to get them running, you have to use something what's known as DOSBox.
Which is basically DOS, and I know how to work DOS. I have it on that laptop I have. Yeah. DOS is still a pain in the ass.
It really is.
Windows is a much, much easier operating system to use.
It really is.
So,
at least now this is Linux-based.
We'll get into it. So, as we go through, I'll be able to tell you which ones you can get running on modern systems, which ones you probably won't, and then other ones that just get them on Steam.
And also, excuse me laying down, my legs are going numb from crossing them. From crisscross applesauce.
So, all right, let's get started. This one does work. I had to download a fan-made patch, but this one does work. And this one isn't really a game. It's kind of more of a visual thing, which I told you about. But James Cameron's Titanic Explorer. This is kind of cool. This has deleted scenes that are in the movie that aren't on the DVD or the Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
So there is stuff in here that is not otherwise.
Is it footage of Billy Zane in his Phantom outfit?
No, but I wish there was more. I wish there was more footage of Kate Winslet just spitting on him.
Or nude.
He's kind of an asshole in that movie.
Or nude.
I have Sims 1 somewhere, but Sims 2.
Okay.
I don't know where the fourth disc for this is. This is somewhere. Monster Truck Roll.
Oh, if only it was Big Rigs Over the Road Racing.
Big Rigs. You know damn well if I run into that game, I'm buying it.
Big motherfucking rigs.
This is Star Wars Zuma. This is kind of a fun game.
Wait, is it in the Zuma game, but
But it's a Star Wars version. This is like a fan game. My aunt found this for me somewhere.
Weird thing. Would you mind just pulling me that pillow? I'm gonna put my elbow underneath the pillow because I'm on the concrete.
Yeah, that's why you think I moved closer to get on the carpet.
Okay, that's better. That's much better.
So all the ones I just showed you, they will work. This thing, pain in the ass, couldn't get it to run. Probably there's a way to get it to run, but it won't. Sid Meier, Gettysburg.
Are you sure you're not using the software that's ran by that's Southern based?
By South? No. SimCity 3000 Unlimited.
Huh. Which actually has a.
I've never tried to get that running, so I don't know if that.
It has an ad for the modern Sims actually.
That's the first one. Yeah, I have that game somewhere. I don't know where the second disc for it is. This game, this is the one. I had to download a very specific version of QuickTime to get this to run. This is the X-Files game. This is a point-and-click game. It's live action. It's like 8 discs. You don't play as Mulder or Scully in it, so it's kind of a ripoff. But I've heard good things about that game. I've just never beaten it.
Some of these will be harder to play now that like Flash is gone, is no longer.
I feel like that it is going to be harder to get some of these running, but I think there's already people that are like we working on a version of Flash that will work with it. This game, I've played 2 seconds of. This game is weird because when you install it, it's like please disable your antivirus because it might think this is a virus, and I'm like not filling me with some confidence.
Yeah, that would definitely.
It runs on a weird system too. Tomb Raider 3. The Tomb Raider games when they were on these, like they're very weird.
Yeah.
Like just paper sleeves. This also has a demo disc in it for Thief, Omicron, Revenant, Katana, Gangsters, Commando, Warzone 2100, Tomb Raider 2, Final Fantasy 7, and Tomb Raider Gold.
Oh man, Daikatana is such a piece of ass. That's made by the guys who made Doom, and it's not very good.
Yeah. IDOS hotline, 99 cents per minute. For if you get stuck and you don't want to just use the fucking internet like a normal person. Another copy of Tomb Raider 3. This is more beat up. That's why I have that other one. This is fun. I have the box for this. It's back here somewhere. This isn't really a game. This is like sound effects and mouse like cursors.
Really?
Star Wars stuff for your computer. It's like all kinds of sounds. Like if you want Darth Vader breathing to kick on when you boot the computer up, this is the thing you want to get.
If I click on something, can I have Leia call me a scruffy nerf herder?
You could. I think soundtrack's actually that sounds on there. Here's the box.
That's amazing.
Here's the box for it. Limited edition too. I don't know what this is. I mean, all my boxes. I got all these at a secondhand store. These are kind of beat up.
Oh, it's limited edition. That means that Han shoots first.
It's limited edition, meaning it's not worth anything.
That too.
What I view it as, it's not worth anything. Okay. American Civil War from Sumter to Appomattox. I don't think I could get this working either. I don't even know. Is this like actually a game or is this? Yeah, this is an RTS.
Okay.
Play the entire Civil War on either side. So you can go into some alternate history with the South Winds or some shit. Hot Rod, American Muscle Street. Couldn't get this to work. I don't think this thing actually runs correctly anyway. It wants you to run DOS, but you try to boot it in DOS and it says not compatible. It's weird. Doom 3, the expansion pack. I have Doom 3 somewhere. I don't know where the fuck it is, but I have it. NHRA Drag Racing 1. NHRA Drag Racing Main Event. NHRA Quarter Mile Showdown. All these made by Bethesda.
Yeah.
Bethesda made racing sims for the longest time. They're actually pretty good.
Oh, sweet! You get a free year of America Online.
Yeah. This is
broken.
No, this is the expansion pack for Tomb Raider 1.
Okay.
I had no clue they put this in a disc, so when I found this, I picked this up. I did not know they sold this separately. I thought it was something you had to get with gold.
Mm-hmm. Oh, does that mean she has actually round breasts instead of triangular?
No.
Breets.
Cool. Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast. Great game. Hard as fuck, but I have beaten this game.
I've heard of that.
You can get any of the Jedi Knight series. You can get all of these on Steam. Along with most of the Star Wars games, you can either get them on Steam or Good Old Games. I would recommend just getting them on either of those because they're a little easier to get running. I just have these because I like having old physical PC games. They're kind of cool. So, what's this? Dirt Track Racing Sprint Cars. This game's okay. Tomb Raider Last Revelation. This does not have the demo disc in it. At least I don't think it does. Oh, because this has the demo disc in it. I must have the disc in my one case. That's that picture you were talking about.
There's one where like she's on like the beach. Yeah, that one right there. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Who decided that was what?
Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Knight. This is just a case I made for it because I bought the discs.
I made those back in the day when you had to find shapings.
I did. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3D. You have to play these with a flight stick.
Yeah.
Which I have one, thankfully. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. That's actually a good racing game. Star Wars Monopoly.
Yeah.
For the PC. James Bond Nightfire. This game is a fucking pain in the ass to get running.
Fun fact, the guy who plays Bond in this is the same guy as the villain from Die Another Day.
Is he really?
Yeah. Because he did a bunch of games for...
Yeah. But I couldn't actually get this to run properly, sadly. X-Wing Alliance. Lionel Trains, TrainsCon. I haven't played this game, but I have it installed, so it does run. AMA Superbike.
Like,
I couldn't actually get that to run. This is on Steam. Railroad Tycoon 2. I love Railroad Tycoon. I think the third one's the best, but... And since we're going to do this one, I'm going to pull out my other copy of this. Probably my favorite game ever made, honestly, is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. 1 and 2, I put both as my favorite game. This is my original game from 2004.
okay.
And I've had it resurfaced, but even look at the disc.
Oh, this game has seen some,
Seen some action. You can get these on Steam. They are much easier to get running on Steam. There's actually different versions of this too. So this is my original 4-disc version. It came with this box. This is not the original box. This is one I bought off eBay because I wanted the box. This also says it was Game of the Year. Yeah. It was 2003 Game of the Year edition. But it's exactly the same thing, and it's got the same manual, same 4-disc version. This was the one I played for years, and because I had a computer that was not hooked up to the internet, I played version 1.00 for years.
Oh, you played vanilla.
I played vanilla default version, ship date.
Yeah.
I had no walk button. I had played with glitches that to this day, playing a fully updated version, I still fully expect them glitches to happen because I know where they happen.
You're showing one of them is you literally speed off.
Yeah, you shoot off across the map. It happens all the time. It would always happen to me on Terrace.
Yeah.
Because I think it was just because there was so much shit going on, and my computer was just barely being able to run the game. And it would get to that area, it would just shit the bed. It would be, I don't know what to do.
If you were on Terrace and you met a guy named Casey, would he be the master of Terrace Casey?
No, I don't have that game either, sadly. We would have shown it in my PS1 games if I had it.
Yeah, that game is so bad.
That game's rare anymore. But I have a second version of this. It's in my disc folder, so I'm not going to dig it out. But it has the entirety of KOTOR 1 on one disc, and it has the entirety of KOTOR 2 on another disc.
Okay.
So we went from having 4 discs, which I love the discs on this.
No, the discs are
this
great.
one has the cover art, which to me is iconic ass cover art. I would love a poster of that.
Yeah.
The second one has HK and T3 on it. The third disc has Bastila, and then the fourth disc has Darth Malak.
But my cousin's last name is Malik.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you can, like I said, you can get these on Steam or get them on GOG. I highly recommend anybody ever play these games. Even if you're not a big Star Wars guy, play these games. These games are awesome.
No, they are.
Since we're there, I'm gonna.
I actually had the game, but unfortunately mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig out the second one just because I'm gonna do these two in tandem. This is the second one, Knights of the Old Republic 2, Sith Lords. Again, this is my original copy, and I have a great story about this that I told you about. Also, I still have my original manual. I have the original manual for KOTOR as well. I don't know where it is, but it's here somewhere. I have it. Here, take a look at that one. Again, I had that resurfaced a couple times.
Jeez. It's permanent marks in here. I don't think.
Yeah, but so fun fact, I bought this in 2005. Because I loved KOTOR 1. I had beaten the game so many fucking times. And then I found this and I was like, oh hell yeah, the second one, I gotta get this. So I bought it. And I thought my game was broke for a year. Okay, but here's what happened. I booted it up, I got to Paragus, and I got to the part at the beginning where you play as T3 on Paragus, where you're trying to unlock the door to the mining tunnels. And there's a part where you need to get some mines to blast open a door.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
And I would get to the area and I would click on the droid that had the mines and it would boot up a data pad. Because KOTOR 2, unlike KOTOR 1, it boots up the data pads you pick up for you so you can read them. That way you don't lose them. And I wouldn't be able to move after that. I couldn't get T3 to move. I would be hitting the buttons, I would hit exit, minimize the game. I would save the game, I would exit out and I'd reboot it. Nothing. So I was stuck. For half a year, I couldn't get any further. Which sucks. I really wanted to play this game.
No, as I can imagine.
So then I discovered, because I gotta remember at this point, I didn't know the quick save button in either of these games.
Yeah.
I was doing manual saves. So on my old computer, I had probably about, I want to say 1,500 save games.
I believe that.
So I probably killed my hard drive just with those 2 games. But I quick saved and I reloaded and I could move. And that was how I got through the rest of the game. This game, I don't think if you're going to play vanilla, it's not nearly as good as the first one. If you get the restored content mods for it, the restored content mod and the M4, M78 AP pack for it, this game is just as good as the first one. I actually think this has a little more of an engaging storyline because it's not... I love both these games to death. This is kind of more of a traditional Star Wars, just
story.
like good versus evil.
Yeah.
This is more like, let's talk about all the gray in it. And I love both stories to death. So, like, again, I always recommend people play these. These are probably my 2 favorite games ever made.
Honestly, someone who's kind of tired of Star Wars, I think it...
It's an interesting storyline. I really like the way they do stuff on that. So, okay. NASCAR Racing 1999 edition. I have the box for this somewhere. We were looking... It actually might be in there. I have 2 boxes, just PC boxes, and I couldn't find my second one. So, it's here somewhere. Sim Farm. Couldn't get this running. You had to run DOS on that.
Well, if you want a sim farm, why don't you just come to my farm?
Do you really trust me with a tractor or a combine?
I mean, no, but it'd be hilarious.
Spider-Man, the Kellogg's demo disc that they got sued over because this is just the Activision game with the Raimi movie skin on it. I need to get this resurfaced really, really bad because I think this will still work.
Well, then I know there's actually a very active modding community with that game.
There is, because that game is awesome. I still have my PC version somewhere. Star Trek Legacy, I couldn't get this to run on a modern system, so I don't have anything to say about it. I had this game as a kid. Never beat this game because this game's hard as fuck. Mystery of the Fun Park Phantom. This game's good. It has not aged well. I showed him the cutscenes from it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it looks like ass.
You can look it up. Just look it up.
It looks like complete ass.
Yeah.
That's the Phantom of the Fun Park?
Really, that's the Phantom.
That's the Phantom. He looks lame as fuck.
Like, he looks lamer than some of the villains from the earliest episodes of
Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? So.
And there were some lame-ass villains.
Oh, we got lucky on that. we got lucky.
Touch it.
Get closer to the camera, motherfucker. I'm trying to keep you in frame.
I can't help it. I'm trying to get comfortable. So I'm sitting on a cushion.
Just slide towards me a little bit. For those who don't know what we did, I moved the laptop and it started going, and if it shuts, it
just
kills
stops.
the video.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of videos die because of that, and so like I immediately shot my hand.
I was like, no.
I'm not restarting
start
this.
over.
Star Trek Dominion Wars, Deep Space Nine. That game does work on a modern system. This game, just get it on GOG. Don't even bother with the disc version. Just get it on GOG. Blade Runner. This is a good game. I'm still in the process of playing it, but I've heard really, really good things about this over the years.
Yeah.
Star Trek Starfleet Command, Empires at War, Volume 2. Starfleet Command, which this doesn't actually... Okay, so this does have it. This is the game that didn't have it. So this game didn't have Starfleet Academy in it. It had Star Trek Legacy and Star Trek Armada.
Okay.
Armada is a pain in the ass to get running on a modern system.
You have to go
It is possible, but you can't get it running.
Starfleet Command, you have to go through the Kobayashi Maru?
No.
Damn it.
X-Files, Unrestricted Access. This is one of those... This is just one of those, like, guide things that they would do back in the day. Do you remember when they would do multimedia shit like this? Mm-hmm. That's what this is. I've never actually been able to get this running, because I think this thing requires QuickTime or something.
If only we had the Flowers of Robert Mapplethorpe.
Oh, we have a fucking CDI.
What about this? Probably a PC version.
Alright, so this is fun. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Star Trek Jedi Knight 2. Here's the fun thing. I bought this. Somebody's cheat codes were still written down in here.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah. So I love little stuff like that. I've bought vinyl record albums that have like notes in them. Like I bought a Kiss album that had like someone wrote a letter to the Kiss fan club. I have a Van Halen album where someone did a school report on Van Halen with the album.
Yeah.
And they just got left in the album, and then they forgot about it and got rid of it, and I ended up buying it and found it. I love that kind of stuff. It's really cool.
You know what would make for a great movie?
What?
They did something about Van Helsing killing vampires to a soundtrack made by Van Halen.
That'd be funny as fuck. Oh, I remember the hype when this game came out.
Oh no, that
Lego Star Wars. Love this game. This game was fun. For years, I couldn't get past certain levels because my disc was so scratched up.
Yeah.
Then I got it resurfaced, but I love this game. I think the second one's a little better.
I think most
I
people
do love these games.
all the Lego Star Wars games.
They're just fun games.
They are like
they're just fun little games.
And like that, they're so cute. Like when like in the one for Empire where like they do the Luke, I'm your father, because he can't say anything. He pulls out a picture. Like it's so fun.
Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. It's an RTS. It's okay. It's fun.
There's a lot of weird Star Wars games though.
NASCAR Sim Racing. Great story with this one. This was made by EA. After EA got the exclusive NASCAR license, they got mad that people were still playing NASCAR Racing 2003 season. The sim I still
you've told
run.
me about this.
The sim I still run with the steering wheel. Well, EA didn't like that, so they made this to try to counter it, and they fucking failed completely because this game is not. Getting this to run's weird. Like you have to copy the 3D config file from NASCAR 2003 if you got it installed on your computer. You have to copy that, rename it, and then paste your system info in the the little notepad thing.
Yeah.
Huge pain in the ass. I've gotten it running before, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. Tomb Raider, which I have the box.
I actually wonder. I asked him, it didn't, but I was wondering if there's a T-shirt that came in this or
No, this was just their boxes.
Yeah.
This was literally the boxes they came out with for Tomb Raider, and they open on the side.
Yeah, I just wonder because sometimes these did come with stuff this comes with posters.
Oh, no, this is the IDOS catalog. So I love little stuff like this. Coming soon, Final Fantasy
7 for
now
PC.
for the PC. I have that on Steam, surprisingly.
Yeah,
Because they've re-released that on Steam.
I mean, to be fair, people love Final Fantasy 7. Wait, what does that say on the inside?
You've been warned. Probably because this game's hard as fuck. You've been warned.
Huh.
Get ready to be frustrated and have to get a guide.
You like tank controls?
You know, tank control. Okay, I'm gonna put that back together.
Oh, you broke it.
It's not broke. It's a pain in the ass because it's a triangle.
You broken it like you broke this family up.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Now, since you have all these sim racings, you don't have one that Riley would like a simp racing, do you?
No, I don't. Star Wars Dark Forces. I probably have the box. It's not in there, but I do have the box for it. Almost all these Star Wars games about the show, I do have the box for. If they're not in this box behind me, I have them. They're somewhere in my crawl space. TIE Fighter, collector's edition for the CD because this originally came on a floppy disk. Mm-hmm. Star Wars Empire at War, great RTS.
I know. I'm familiar with
this. This is the demo disc.
That's the demo disc.
One level. I have a lot of the ones I'm going to show you here. Because I have demo discs for a lot of these. I found these all at a thrift store. Yeah, demo disc.
So you only get one level of old Dash Rendar.
You get Hoth. You get the Hoth level. Star Wars X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. I have the box for that.
I remember there's a video that came up on Facebook about this weird VR game for Star Wars. You were losing your shit because the Ebon Hawk was in there.
My god, yeah, because there's this weird
VR
game with lightsabers, and I'm watching. My buddy shared it. My buddy Brian shared it. And I'm watching it, and I was just scrolling. I'm oh, that's cool. And I was like, wait a fucking minute. And I scroll back
you
out.
saw
I'm
the Ebon Hawk.
Is that the Ebon Hawk? I'm like, what the fuck?
No, I thought I saw
lost
that.
my shit. I was like,
I just wanted to bring that up because
what is that?
Because we haven't seen each other all week, so I wanted to bring that up.
You saw that, and you're like, oh, he's losing his shit.
No, I saw that. I'm like, oh, here we go.
TIE Fighter Collector's Edition. This is what the artwork and
TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighter.
You get weird things to your eyes.
Dark Forces. Why do I have 2 copies of Dark Forces, you might ask? Well, my good friend, let me tell you why I have 2 copies of
He
this.
plays Bubba in this?
No.
Oh.
You fight him.
Oh, you fight Bubba.
Different back cases. Different back covers. This was obviously the standalone jewel case. This was the one that came in the box.
Because I hate when you only get these ones without the box.
Oh my god, because then you got nothing on
Yeah,
the
because
back.
then you're on the back, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
There's no requirement.
You see now, when I have multiples, there's a reason I bought multiples.
No, I hate that. That's why I like
Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I have just the disc.
Which one is this the one that's ported to the N64?
Yes, same exact one. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2. Again, different version, because different cover. Different back cover. Some of these are dusty, because these were obviously in a box that were here at the house before the move. NASCAR Pinball.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this game. This is the only game where you can play as my girl Mara Jade.
Oh, yeah,
Mysteries of the Sith.
I thought that was Mara.
Mysteries of the Sith. This game is awesome. I got a great story with this one, too. So, this is probably the only one I don't have the box for.
Right.
Because I don't know if this came in a box. Mm-hmm. I really don't. Because this was technically an expansion pack. So I don't know if this had a box. This might have just been a jewel case ship. But, requires Jedi Knight to play. I read somewhere online that in KOTOR 1, at the end of the game when you're fighting Bastila, she's on the dark side.
Right.
There's a part of the game, there's a, like part of your dialogue where you can choose like saying like, you can go ahead and strike me down, I won't fight you. And this guy on, I think it was on KOTOR Fan Media, which I love that page to death. It saddens me to no end. That site is gone. Somebody bought the domain and they were going to bring it back for a while. Like, I loved that site. It was up to like, I think 2009, it was up. And it was like the place to get fanfic, art. They had a great forum section. I used to spend hours on there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then it went down. Then it came back. And they were trying to get it back up and running, and they were going to include stuff from the MMO. Then it went down again, and it has since gone totally offline.
That's a shame.
Yeah, but this guy mentioned, he's like, well, I played Mysteries of the Sith a long time ago, and the way to beat Kyle Katarn in this is you can't straight up beat him.
Yeah.
You have to turn your lightsaber off, and then you beat him, because basically he doesn't strike down a defenseless opponent, even though he's on the dark side.
Okay.
The guy's like, I saw that dialogue option, and I thought it was the same exact thing, so I turned my lightsaber off, and Bastila killed me. Like, I just let her sit there and just kill me. And then I realized, okay, so it's not like that. But it's interesting that someone was like, they remembered back to this and were like, wait a minute. Maybe that's the way you beat her.
I would get why in that, because that's directly referencing Return of the Jedi, where Luke...
No.
I'm
failed, your
honest. I'm a Jedi as my father was.
So be it. Jeff Gordon X-Race. I don't know if this runs. This is like a futuristic car racing game. I don't only bought because it's Jeff Gordon. I was like, why not? Oh, yeah. This was one of my childhood games. This is not my copy of it. Actually, this is my copy of it.
No,
Yeah, look at that. Look at that disc. Actually, no, that's that disc. My bad. That's the wrong one.
Oh my god.
So those are those people. I had a stack of discs like this thick on my desk. I just didn't use cases. But got this at Best Buy. This was this is the precursor to NASCAR Racing 2003 season, which is the racing season semi-use. This game's good. This was the first one that let you get airborne. For like when you crash, like before you couldn't get airborne with your car and stuff if you got like turned around.
Okay.
Like actual happens. This game introduced that you could do that.
Okay.
So I like that game. Still, it's not nearly as good as NR 2003, but I still have some fond memories of that game. NASCAR Road Racing, as I mentioned in my PS1 game collection, this is just fucking Andretti Racing reskinned. This is the same exact game. Rebel Assault.
That one I know of, because that one...
I have the box for.
Also, that's like one of the oldest ones, too.
Yeah. Actually, no, because I remember I'm putting the cases away. When am I putting that back in the case? One of these days, I would like to have a shelf where I can just have my PC boxes out. Right now, it's just not feasible because I'm still trying to fit stuff. Maybe once I get rid of all my totes of video game systems when I build my shelf. Star Wars X-Wing, again, this came on a floppy disk originally. I would love to get the floppy disk versions of these games. Because I'm that kind of a completionist.
The only problem is I don't know if they'd still work.
I wouldn't even care just to have
them.
Well,
no, I know, but just
completion. And this was the best game from Electronic Entertainment, best simulation from Computer Game Review, and Editor's Choice Award from Computer Gaming World.
Just like in the simulations.
These are on Steam. All these flight sims are on Steam. Get them. They still run. I have an old flight stick I use. Run perfectly fine.
These games should have like have a tutorial where you're...
Demo disc. The LucasArts Super Sampler, featuring demos of Jedi Knight 2.
Open that back up. Look at that one.
Hold on. Featuring Jedi Knight, Yoda Stories, Dark Forces, Outlaws, The Curse of Monkey Island, Rebel Assault 2, and X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter.
Show them the old Walmart logo.
Walmart exclusive.
Oh my god.
As Walmart employees, we know that logo. That's on the trucks, and we laugh at that every time a truck comes in with that logo.
Well, actually,
we don't use that logo anymore.
Fun fact, if I may.
Yeah, we don't use that fucking logo.
Does
your card still have that logo?
I think so, because I've been there since 2009. This is the discount card that I've had since 2009.
Yeah, we'd probably block your numbers. But yeah, that has that logo on it. It definitely does.
Yeah.
Can't see it, but it's on the truck. So, yeah, I picked this up somewhere because demo. Another demo disc here for Shadows of the Empire. This has a different level on it.
Might have to go back on this video and double check I hit those numbers.
No, you did. You were fine.
Okay.
NASCAR Racing 2002 season. I don't really give a shit if anybody sees my CE keys because people use fucking no CE patches on these anyways. Doesn't really matter. NASCAR Grand National Expansion Pack. This is for NASCAR Racing 2. I love this game because I had this game as a kid. This game is old as hell. This is from '96.
I can imagine.
So that game, I remember being pissed back in the day when I couldn't get that game to run
Yeah,
anymore.
for these X-Wing games, there should be a demo where you're in a Luke's old TS-37.
There is. You can actually run the Skyhopper in one of these. I know you can.
That's
I think
amazing.
I think it's X-Wing Rebel Alliance. You can do that.
That's amazing.
NASCAR Thunder 2003. What is this? 18 Wheels of Steel Convoy.
Still not as good as Big Rigs Racing.
NASCAR 2003. Again, different case. NASCAR Thunder 2004. Again, NASCAR Thunder 2004. Different back. That's why I have 2 copies of that. Vietnam 2 Special Assignment. I've actually never played this. I don't know if this runs. I might have to try to get that running. This is fun. This was a package with Kraft and Nabisco. This is Dale Jr. Super Snack 500. This is literally NR 2002 with an exclusive track and 3 exclusive cars.
Okay.
That if you take them out of the files, like if you install them, you can run them in NR 2002
cool.
or NR 2003. So, and actually there's an ad on the back for NASCAR 2003 season. Probably the best racing sim ever fucking made. It's either that or Grand Prix Legends. Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. I love this fucking game. Still has a great multiplayer community for it. I was actually in a clan for years on this game. I'm not in it anymore just because inactivity, because I can't sustain playing this game anymore for very long because it's very, very repetitive. But great game. The clan I was in was KR. Their server's still up. Great bunch of people. I highly recommend playing on their server, especially if you're a newbie to this game, because they have rules that like you can't just attack people that don't have their lightsaber up. So it's easy to get used to the game on their server. But great game. It's got a great storyline to it as well. In our NHRA Drag Racing Top Fuel Thunder, that game's expensive as fuck. I think I paid $50 for that. That game is expensive. I have the case for that somewhere too. NASCAR Racing 1. This is the OG one. I have the box for this. That's probably in that box. We'll go through my boxes once we get there. Another copy of NR 2002. Coca-Cola Racing Family in the back. Fun fact. Dale Jr.'s not on this, but his 2 teammates are. I don't know why that was. I think it was just because of Budweiser. NASCAR Racing 2 Gold Edition. This came out for the 98 50th anniversary of NASCAR. There's some more PS1 games in here. Another copy of Medal of Honor Underground and Need for NHRA. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. These okay, that's in here. Yeah, this is a demo disc, and then I also have another copy of Mysteries of the Sith. Alien versus Predator, classic 2000. Oh, wow. This game's fun. Get this on Steam. Because this game runs good on Steam.
You don't want them to get the classic version of it on a Jaguar?
No, that's a totally different game.
Oh, that is I thought maybe
that's a totally different game. Okay.
I can't help it. There's I think
there's a shit ton of them. I know.
This is like an arcade game where I think it's Alien versus Predator, and you play as like a beat 'em up as the Predator or the Alien.
Yeah. Okay, so we still got more. We went through all the jewel cases. Now we're getting into my other ones, my big boxes and stuff. Sim Tower. Sim Isle. There's the Sim Tower disc. Doom Collector's Edition. This has
Doom 1,
Ultimate Doom, Doom 2, and Final Doom.
Yeah.
Obviously this came out right around the time Doom 3 was coming out.
Sadly, it doesn't come with the plutonium experiment.
Sim Copter. Sim City 2000. I love the sim games, honestly. You can get those all running on DOS. There's the case for NHRA Quarter Mile Showdown. This game's a bitch to get running.
I can imagine.
It doesn't run right.
Fun fact about Doom 3, it's technically not like the actual Doom 3.
Because this is all the paperwork. This is paperwork for different games. Yeah, because this is for... That's for NASCAR. Attention Windows 95 users. Yes, this is all stuff for NASCAR racing.
But Doom 3 is actually not Doom 3. Doom 64 is actually Doom 3. Doom 3 was actually supposed to be a
Well, Final Doom was supposed to be Final Doom, so...
Well, it was supposed to be a reboot because they wanted to be like a little bit more serious, a little bit more horror themed. Then that game didn't do really well. And then it took them like until 2016 to make the new Doom.
Yeah. Here's the instruction manual for NASCAR 99 on the N64.
It's funny because the Hell Knights in Doom Eternal come from Doom 3.
Railroad Tycoon 3. Love this fucking game. I actually was playing this a couple days ago, honestly, because I have it on Steam. Look how beat up my manuals are for this. Also, there's the map of all the engines. Look at how much tape I have holding that together. This game's fun. I love that game. Like, just play. It's like one of the most relaxing games to play. SimCity Box. This features SimCity Society, SimCity Destinations, SimCity 4, SimCity 4 Rush Hour, and Sim Carnival Snap City.
We live in a SimCity society.
I don't think I've gotten any of these to run because a lot of these want to use that fucking Origin thing that EA did, which isn't even up anymore, I don't think.
I guess probably like the newest one with the...
Yeah. With Spore, bonus Spore thing on it. Sega Rally Evo. I don't know if that works. It should. This is on Steam. This is another good racing sim, GT Legends. This is like all the older cars. So this game's fun. This has a lot of copyright protect on it.
I can imagine.
It's why if you get the no CD patch, it just runs a lot easier. Ford Bold Move Street Racing.
That's what I think of when I think of Ford.
SimCity. This is the one that used Origin. I couldn't get that fucker to run. Tried. Ship Simulator, which I got for one reason and one reason alone. You can drive the motherfucking Titanic on it.
It's always Titanic with you.
Because I love the Titanic.
I know you do.
Civilization 5. Great game. Love this game. I think Warlords is a little more fun because it's a little more faster pace, but this game's fun. Just remember, you got to kill Gandhi first.
Peace was never an option.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I don't know if I can get that running. I think I tried. It didn't want to work.
That's the thing we call back to is when I made
Gandhi
the references.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. Let me show you my disc on this one because this is another childhood one.
I was gonna say this. Wow. Yeah. No. There's all the scratchies.
Look how beat up the manual is.
Yeah, that's pretty beat up. Pretty beat up.
This is a great game. I love this game. This is probably the best Battlefront game ever made.
It really is.
Okay. We're getting to the end.
Yes.
Spider-Man 2, the game. This is different than Spider-Man 2, the game on the consoles. This is a totally different build.
Yeah.
This was the one I had for years. Like, I never played the console version of Spider-Man 2 until recently, because this was the one I had as a kid. And, like, I see a lot of people on the internet bagging on this game. Like, I don't think this game is that bad.
No,
It's definitely not as good as the open world, like, PS2 one.
Yeah.
But, like, it's still pretty good. It has a lot of weird shit in it. Like, Mysterio's in it. Man-Wolf's in it.
Wait, Man-Wolf's in it?
Yeah, Man-Wolf's in it.
Huh.
All kinds of shit's in that game. I'll have to show you some.
Oh, this is based on a tabletop.
This is also a bitch to get running on a modern PC, even if you get the fucking Steam version.
Yeah.
Great game, but pain in the ass to get running.
Yeah, I actually know people that play the RPG for that
Do you
tabletop.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, it actually has like a con and stuff.
Yeah. Getting into my boxes now. King's Quest. Mask of Eternity. I've never played this game. I've never played any of these games, but I found these at a thrift store in the box. This is the one I'm about to show you. And I couldn't resist. For $3.99, couldn't resist. Especially because it had everything in it. Because that's what I love about just these boxes. I think you'll agree with me. These are what I remember PC games being like.
As do I.
Having these huge fucking boxes. This is King's Quest Collection. This is the only place you can find these classics, except I think they're all on GOG now, so it's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
King's Quest 1, Quest for the Crown. Original text input and EGA remake. King's Quest 2, Romancing the Throne. King's Quest 3, The Hair is Human. King's Quest 4, The Perils of Rosella. King's Quest 5, Absence Makes the Heart Go Yonder. English and French versions. King's Quest 6, Hair Today, Gone Tomorrow. English and German versions. King's Quest, the trivia game. King Graham's Challenge board game. A playable chapter from the new King's Quest 7, The Princess Bride. An interview with best-selling author Roberta Williams and a complete history of the development of this industry-leading game. I've never played any of these, but I kind of want to because I've heard really, really good things about this game.
I've also heard a lot of good things about King's Quest.
Oh, this shit. Now,
I actually introduced you to this.
you introduced me to this because we were telling a guy at work that we know that he's a youngin'.
Yeah.
And we were talking about KOTOR, I
Yeah.
think. And I mentioned, I'm like, I have my original 4-disc version. And he was like, what do you mean 4 discs? I'm like, bro, I was like, do you not know old PC games used to be multiple discs?
And then I brought
like,
up
no.
that, like, I knew, like, a game that had, like, 12 discs. It's not this, but...
What shocked me, I was like, what the fuck? What is it on 8 discs?
Yeah.
And you brought this up, so I went home and looked this up, and I was captivated by this game. So I actually went and bought it. And it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get this running.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I got this when I was on My day off. I
Yeah.
think it was I think this showed up a couple days before Christmas. I bought this. It's made by Interplay, same guys that made Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. It stars Dennis Hopper, Terry Garr, and Darren Elker, and it's a live action. It's an FMV game.
Yeah. If you've ever seen Spoonie Experiment, he actually talked about this game. It's also the one that Brad Pitt, the "What's in the fucking box" meme comes from.
What's in the fucking box?
From like the book series that this is based on. It's based on like an actual like murder mystery.
Yeah, but I got it in the mail, and I was like, okay, let's try to get this fucker running. You know, 'cause, like I was texting him the whole night when I was trying to get this to run. So let's just show you real quick. This is the discs.
Yeah. 8 discs. And
there's a patch where you can just get all these on your computer. You don't need to fuck around with the discs.
the thing about these discs, though, is like, I know at least...
It's a receipt. I paid $34 for this.
Because Interplay also made a game called Ripper, which he also is kind of interested in.
I need to find that, but I'm not gonna pay buku ass money for that.
You can probably find a way to get it online.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's on Good Old Games.
But basically, from what I know of Ripper, that game has it that sometimes you have to change discs going from room to room. Like, that is how bad of disc changing some of them are.
Yeah. But so I texted him. I'm like, okay, let's get this bastard installed and get it running. Because there is a way to get it running. I've seen people on YouTube that get it running. There's an entire videos called Getting Black Dahlia to Work on Windows 10 or Windows 7. I installed it. And I told him, I got it installed without a fucking hitch.
Yeah.
I had to, I told him I booted it up. I threw compatibility mode on for Windows 98. Bam, it installed perfectly fine. No issues. Mm-hmm. And I remember you telling me, that's not good because that means you're going to have issues getting it to run. I'm like, yeah, it's usually how it is.
No.
If it's easy as fuck to get a game installed, you usually are going to have a pain in the ass getting it running. If it's a pain in the ass to get it installed, it's usually easy as fuck once it is installed.
Yeah.
Got it running. Wouldn't boot. I'm like, okay, cool. I started going through my compatibility modes. Ran it as administrator.
Yeah.
Boom, comes up and runs. I'm like, awesome. Mouse control immediately dies. I don't have any mouse. I'm like, fuck. Because that's a big issue with this game is that mouse control doesn't want to work for it. So I'm like, okay. So I threw another compatibility mode on. I got the game to boot up. I got it to get to the game. Like, played the cutscenes. Got to the part where the game was going to start, and it crashes the desktop instantly. I'm like, okay. Then I uninstalled it. I got a fan-made installer for it, because there are fan-made installers for this.
Yeah.
Did everything that installer said. Let it install, did everything, turned off controls, bam. Still crashes the desktop. I'm like, you ask him, I tried 4 fucking hours to get this just to get to the part where I could play the game, and it will not run. So I think the only thing I told you I didn't try was I didn't try a virtual machine, which I think most people say is how they get this running. Yeah. It's just boot up a virtual machine, which I have no experience doing. I probably will get to it at some point because I do want to play this damn game. Yeah. Because I watched somebody play it on a live stream, and it looks really fucking interesting. You know, I'm a history guy. I got a master's in American history. This right here is set historical times. I'm like, okay, you have my interest.
Yeah, because
I would love to play this.
Because the Black Dahlia murders take place around World War II.
Yeah, and they connect it to the torso killer.
Yeah.
As well, which is actually an actual theory.
Yeah.
To that. Okay. All right, now we get to my other big boxes in here. Now, most of these I did already show you the games for.
We might as well show you the boxes.
Yeah, we might as well show you the boxes. So, I can get them out of here. NASCAR Racing 2 Gold Edition. So, big box. If you want to look at that, go ahead. NASCAR Racing 2, which is just the normal edition. Really basically the same cover.
Oh, okay.
Difference is it has some added cars and stuff to it. It came out for 1998's NASCAR 50th anniversary. Yeah. NASCAR Racing. I wish it didn't have this big ass sticker on the cover. Grand National expansion. This doesn't have a gatefold on it. That's an expansion pack for NR2. Star Wars X-Wing Alliance, which I think actually has the games and stuff in it. Yeah, it does. This has the games in it because I have another copy of that game. Look at how big the manual for this fucker is. It's full color too. When's the last time you remember a manual being full color?
That's like the Legend of Zelda NES manual, and Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link.
It's one of those things. Do you remember manuals being full color?
Oh, I remember when manuals.
Now it's get a fucking. Now it's get a PDF. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2. NR1. NR 1999 edition. This was cool because this was the first time you could ever run the Truck Series.
Okay.
Because the Truck Series started in 1995. NASCAR Racing 3. This one's a little beat up, but still in pretty good shape. Gatefold opens up still and everything. There's still an active modding community for all these games too, by the way.
Yeah, I can believe that.
NASCAR Legends. This lets you run 1970s cars.
Okay.
This game's fun.
I can imagine.
All these games, actually, they are surprisingly easy to get running.
Really?
All of them. This, I installed it straight to the fucking game drive. And it's one of those games where it's like, hey, you installed the full installation? You don't need your disc anymore.
Oh, cool.
I can just boot up from what you have on your computer. I'm like, awesome. Yeah. And I have a G29 Logitech wheel. My wheel runs on all of these without a hitch. Perfectly fine. Shifter included, everything. Runs perfectly fine. I even have force feedback.
Cool.
NASCAR Racing 4. This was at Best Buy for $50 back in the day. Again, I love this fucking game. I'll have to show you the manual for this fucker, how big the manuals are for these. NASCAR Racing 2002 season, this was $50 again back in the day. I didn't pay that much for it, but... So I have every NR game in the box except the NR3 truck expansion. And I don't have NR 2003 because that game is like $180 anymore. Because that game is rare as fuck, even though it's abandonware. You can just download it for free. If you want the box, you're going to be spending some money.
Probably gets a lot of it's just...
People like me that collect them.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the last one. I think, because I have a couple more over here I got to find the case for. NASCAR Thunder 2003. Which was $3. I think I paid $3 for that. I bought that at a flea market. But, yeah, like... What are some of the memories you got, Adam, of just like old PC boxes like this? Since I gotta look for these other games.
I don't really had a lot of boxes.
Like, do you remember these in the store?
I do.
Though?
I do.
Like how these
honestly,
this was PC gaming back then. That was how big the fucking box.
Honestly, I remember these more than I do say like the PlayStation big boxes.
Yeah, I don't even remember the PS1 was a little before my time.
Yeah, like especially even for me, like I was pretty little, but
okay,
yeah,
there's more PC games over here I missed. No wonder I couldn't find that case.
This is the one he just picked up today.
Yeah, this is
called
the Time Machine.
The New Adventures of the Time Machine.
Which it was in the CD section, like the audio CDs. We were looking at CDs, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, this was made for 98, 95.
Like I thought that was I thought it was like a CD at first. What's this? CDs. Okay, it's sort of 2 Sims 3 expansion packs. Expansion packs for Sims, the bane of any computer game.
Yeah.
Fun fact. This came with my Hot Wheels PC back in 2001. I still have this
Those
thing.
things were pieces of shit, too.
There are some games in here you were going to be crazy at because these were the games like I never played, but I kept them because I didn't want to get rid of them. There are some games in here you were going to be like out of your mind to see that I still have. How about a Pizza Hut game?
Oh my god, I had one of those. It didn't work.
Downtown Derby. I don't know if this... I could probably get it resurfaced.
They don't work very well though. They are.
They didn't work when they were new.
Yeah, they are notoriously bad.
Yeah, but I still have these.
I know because I had one because I was like, oh, I want them.
Furnace Frenzy. There's another one.
Yeah.
The National Geographic, the 90s, 97 and 99.
Oh, that's like that Spider-Man one I had that had like the first 500 issues of Amazing.
How about Radio Disney Music Mix Studio preview from 2001? This is all just random shit, like old PC random games I had. Delta Force Black Hawk Down. This game doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I got it on Steam, so it runs, but that game, I went back to try to play that. That game was hard as fuck.
Is that a
Pizza Hut, Pie Flyers. That's what it is. Up to 700 hours free of AOL Online. Pop-Tarts, Ratchet, and Madame Yasket's Sweeper Zone.
I've never heard of that.
That's like this is all shit from like cereal boxes.
This is the one I had.
Oh, beneath the crust.
These
are all like demo discs you would get in cereal boxes back in the day, back when that was a thing.
Oh, speaking of, I had I wonder if you have it. Captain Crunch's Crunchlings.
No, I don't have that.
Oh, that game was so fun.
I don't know if you can read what that says.
Oh, the Oregon Trail.
Version 1.21.
I remember
that's the one I played for years.
Because I played when I played mine, it was back when I went to kindergarten. We had the old floppy 2s.
Ultimate Writing and Creativity Center. A lot of these are like learning company games. I think these came with my computer back in the day. Yeah. National Geo, 1990 to 1993. Math
Workshop
Workshop Deluxe. Lego software.
I'm sure you had a lot of fun with that math game.
I never played it.
Yeah.
Bodyworks, a 3D journey through human anatomy.
Oh my god.
Missed.
You had missed?
I never got beyond the first couple.
I was about to say, there's no way.
You're just like, there's no way.
You
and your attention span.
with
you
your
played
level of
Missed.
patience, could you have gotten past fucking missed?
Logical journey through the Zumbentis Deluxe Active Mind Series, Advanced Math and Logic. Cyber Patrol, keep your kids safe. Keep your kids safe on the net. Deluxe Compton 3D World Atlas. And Kid Picks.
Send some of those to Muda Hard to see if you can get them working.
I should. I would have to get all those resurfaced though, because those games are old.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But yeah, that was I have a shit ton more on GOG and I have a shit ton more on Steam, but I am not whipping up OBS to get those run.
Yeah.
They're just to put those in here somehow. But for the most part, that is my PC games. The only ones I didn't show you my boxes for were basically all my X-Wing games and a couple of my other Star Wars games. But for the most part, you saw all that I had, like big box versions. I really think that was all. The only other game I could think of that wasn't in here was Titanic Adventure Out of Time. I do have the case for that.
Which that is notoriously hard.
It's on Steam, and it literally runs on Steam perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Although the first time it glitched my fucking computer out. I had to restart the whole computer because it just glitched.
No, that game I know of because like, I've told you about this game before. It's a game that back when Spoonie still existed on YouTube. There's a game he played called Bloodwing's Pumpkinhead's Revenge. It's a CD game that was made around the same time as the second Pumpkinhead movie. Which, if you don't know Pumpkinhead, it's a horror movie thing. Apparently, the first one's really good. I've never seen it myself. And it's notoriously weird because it's one of those point and clicks where you literally have to just click on everything. And
yeah, so like a point and click game. That's basically all point and click games are.
Yeah, but there are some that are a little bit less cryptic.
Less bullshit, basically, is what they are. A little less bullshit.
Yeah, but he actually got footage from this other guy who actually knows how to beat the game. Like, I've watched this guy beat Pumpkinhead, and I still can't believe he beat it.
I missed two. I have Call of Duty Black Ops and Call of Duty World of War up on that stack. I'm not digging those out.
But he actually talked about how this dude had a Let's Play of Titanic Adventure Out of Time, and he somehow managed to beat that game.
It's possible.
It is possible.
I think my mom has beaten that game.
Because
I have started playing it, but I can already tell this is one of those games where I'm gonna need a goddamn guide.
Yeah, because
or I'm gonna need to have a notebook beside me. I'm gonna need to write shit down.
Because it's one of those games that happens.
It's gonna be Morrowind.
Yeah, that happens in real time. So if you're doing one activity, you're missing out on something else. So you basically have to try and figure out a way to get the perfect experience in order to actually beat the game, basically.
Yeah.
So you really need to know what you're doing in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that PC games overall that there's more of it's more of a commonality with PC games that you have to get a strategy guide for stuff versus a console game? Because I remember back in the day needing guides for PC games more often than not than I did PS2 games. Because when I moved to my PS2, maybe it was because I was so used to playing KOTOR. Where I had been able to figure shit out because a lot of times I didn't use a guide for KOTOR. I would just kind of figure it out, or I would It's gonna show my age here. I would go to goddamn GameFAQs.com.
Show your age. I just admitted that I played Oregon Trail on a Mac 2 when I was in kindergarten.
I mean, I did too because my art teacher had one.
Yeah.
But and that was fucking 2001.
Yeah, but this is back when Connie Lake Elementary, when literally the computer lab was Mac 2s.
I remember Alice Schaefer used to have a computer lab that was like that. But I remember more often than not needing to get guides for PC games than I ever did with PS2 games.
I think that's because with PCs they were much more powerful, so they would do.
And maybe they were geared more towards an adult audience.
Yeah, that was a lot of it. Was they were point and click adventures that usually told a story, but they had mysteries and different ways you could do things.
Like Black Dahlia.
Yeah, like Black Dahlia or Ripper or Myst. And I think those games, because a a lot of PC games that were meant for kids were like ports of games that for like the PlayStation that were on PC.
Like that Lion King game
Yeah.
I told you about.
Like they were just kind of shovelware-y, or like they were like mini game collections or like a simple like action platformer because like kids really didn't know how to like I'm terrible at using a keyboard for like action adventure games. Like I need a controller.
I must be one of the few people, and I didn't show it because I don't know where they are, but I have Medal of Honor Allied Assault, and its 2 expansion packs, Medal of Honor Spearhead and Medal of Honor Breakthrough.
Yeah.
I actually, when I got my PS2 and I started getting the Medal of Honors for the PS2, like Frontline and Airborne or Vanguard,
Yeah.
I had a fuck of a time trying to aim in those games.
Well, see, that's shooters are a different
Yeah,
breed.
I think for shooters, playing them on a computer,
yeah,
if you know what you're doing, it's really, really easy.
yeah,
Like, because I remember, I remember never having an issue in Medal of Honor on the computer, having an issue aiming.
yeah.
Because it was so much easier to aim. Maybe it was because I think, back in the day, I think mouse control was a little bit better than what we were running on
exactly.
PlayStations at the time. Like, maybe the hardware was better.
Well, then with shooters, especially something like say Doom Eternal, I would actually recommend playing because you have so many different hotkeys, and like
Yeah.
with those kind of speeds you're going at, you're gonna need to like have your buttons around. Like it's just easier than say using a controller for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like with platformers and stuff, like I don't like using WASD.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's not natural to move like that. I like point and clicks on there. Point and clicks are like one of my favorite things. For me.
I'll tell you the ultimate fish out of water experience for me on a console. When I got my my Xbox, one of the first games I bought for it was KOTOR 1.
Yeah.
It was the most awkward experience trying to play KOTOR when a fucking Xbox controller.
No, I can
when
imagine.
I was so used to like, where's my mouse?
Well, that's what I meant when like if you wanted to play the PS1 port of Diablo, like
fuck you. Why would you want to?
Why would
or
you
like
want
that,
to?
That Dracula game I pulled out. That's the
Yeah.
point and click. Why would you want to play a point and click on a fucking PS1?
No, exactly.
Well, they made a mouse and keyboard for the PS1. Why would you want to play that on a PS1?
Also, nobody had
get
that.
it on.
No, nobody.
I've never
had
even
that.
seen one in real life.
Yeah, no one had.
I've
those.
seen the fighting stick board for a PS1. And
Yeah.
that's even rarer.
Yeah, no, nobody had that. I mean,
If you had that kind of money, you were fucking rich.
admittedly, at least point and clicks would be a little bit easier to get, but like, there are certain games that I think translate.
Shit, I've never
better
seen
to
the
these.
mouse. Actually, no, I think about it. I have seen the mouse and shit for the NES.
Yeah.
I mean, the SNES. We saw it at that shop down in.
Oh yeah,
down in
Mario,
Sharon.
for Mario Paint.
I've seen that. I've never seen the one for the PS.
be fair,
PS1.
for SNES,
I don't
though-
think it exists. I think it's fake.
For SNES, the mouse only was useful for Mario Paint. You couldn't use it for anything else. Like none of the other games had a mouse use for the mouse.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was basically my PC collection. Like I said, apart from what's on Steam and GOG, and there ain't no way in hell I'm pulling my laptop down to show those because that won't show up on here.
No.
I mean, I can tell you immediately, most of what I showed you here, I own on Steam and GOG. The only differences are, like, I have all the Ultima games on GOG. I have all of the... I have all the Fallout games on Steam. I have all the Brothers in Arms games, like Road to Hill 30, Hell's Highway, a couple of those ones. I'm trying to think of any other big ones. I don't. All the Elder Scrolls I have on fucking GOG and shit.
I can believe that.
Like Arena, Daggerfall, Redguard, Battlespire, Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim. I have all those. I have both versions of Skyrim on Steam. I have the Game of the Year edition and regular, because for those who don't know, Skyrim default game has different modding structures than Game of the Year edition. Game of the Year edition, they use a different file, which is less size, but all the older mods don't work.
Yeah.
So if you were like me and you wanted I like a lot of like immersion mods, or like mods that
Yeah.
bring shit back from older games, they wouldn't run on Game of the Year. So like I actually bought, and it's funny, like the normal version of Skyrim is not listed.
Yeah.
You have to go through a fucking backdoor route to get to it. Just to buy it. It's like I bought that again, and I bought all the fucking expansion packs just to run older mods.
I can believe that.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not listed. You have to like. There's a weird way to get to it because it's still up, but if you punch in Skyrim, it's gonna tell you like Game of the Year edition. Because they're like that's the current one, but they still offer the old one.
Yeah, my favorite mod for Skyrim is where all the dragons are choo-choo trains.
Oh, you don't like the one with the Randy Savage?
Those are pretty good too.
What about the one where it turns the dragons into an F-16?
Oh,
All of a
yeah.
sudden Danger Zone starts playing.
The one where like they're Charizard, like
All kinds of weird fucking mods for Skyrim.
that is one of the things I think that makes PC so fun is just the modding community.
There's one where it literally it changes the shout
Yeah.
to the scream, the drill instructor scream from Full Metal Jacket. Ah! It's the funniest shit.
She's a mouse in wolf's clothing.
It's holy Jesus. But no, there's like a great mod for Skyrim 1 that I have where it puts Conan in and like it adds in like all these like photorealistic stuff from the movies. Yeah. Like it adds in like loading screens, like what all like got Valeria on it. It's like,
Actually,
do you want to live forever?
I think I know a Skyrim mod where they actually add in Crom. Like they actually add in Crom.
There's all kinds
of Crom.
There's all kinds of awesome mods for that.
No,
There's one where it adds in Xena
Yeah.
and stuff like. Going back to what you were saying, I think the PC modding community is like the best thing about PC gaming.
Yeah, because like you can do so much fun, wacky stuff to like make PC experience custom to like your taste.
Yeah.
Which you can't do with
consoles.
With consoles.
The Xbox you kind of can, but it's not the same because
Yeah.
like they have restrictions on it.
My only real complaint with PC gaming, and I know it's gotten better, but you constantly have
The Master Race? Is that what you're going to talk about?
no,
The Master Race fuckers?
I don't because that I don't really care for that whole dick measuring contest between console and PC gamers.
Playing on console? That's a baby's toy.
Hell, that baby's toy cost me. I didn't have to put a down payment on my house.
Brandon's going to come out of the woodwork. Well, actually,
You can all fight me. Like, look,
I don't have a dog in that fight. I play on everything. I play on everything.
I don't either.
I play on everything. I mean, you saw a whole video on all my consoles. I have everything.
Thing is, I'm a cheap.
If it's a game, I'm in. You know, you got a gaming system? I'm in. Let's fucking play.
Like the thing is, I'm cheap. Like you know how cheap I am.
Sheepy McCheapskate.
I really am. Like
fucking Mr. Krabs.
Like I have a laptop from 2013 that I'm using as my current laptop because it still runs.
Because it still runs.
But
it just works.
It just works. But
get out of here, Todd.
But like my thing with PC is that you have to constantly be updating and keeping your equipment up. Very much the same as like a retirement home. You gotta get that Viagra popped. But
Jesus, Adam.
I know a lot of people are like, well, PC performs better, but like we're kind of at the point now where a console can perform about as well as PC. Like I know PlayStation now, everything runs in 60 FPS and is in constant FPS.
Yeah. So.
Which I think was, I don't understand why consoles couldn't get the idea that graphics are great. If it chugs, it's not nearly as fun of an experience. Like I don't know why that didn't happen with 4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Like that's what everyone was wanting, was that we wanted a consistent frame rate. And granted, I think that's one of the great things about PC is that you don't worry about frame rate. But,
I forgot to tell you real quick before we wrapped up. I need to show you Alcabesh, the precursor to Ultima. I think.
Oh no, I've heard of Alcabesh. Yeah, I've actually.
I have it. I have that. It's on GOG and it runs on modern systems. You know how ass it looks like?
No, I can
imagine. I don't know what I'm doing in that game because I don't know where I am.
Because
I don't know where I am.
Yeah, because the Ultima series is such a.
It's so old.
It's so old and like
they're trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
And I'm like.
Yeah, because like who's the guy? Who is the guy that
Lord Britain?
Yeah, Lord Britain.
He's actually been to fucking space.
Yeah.
Like the dude's wild, man.
No, like.
I mean, he's cool.
He is cool, but like
he's wild.
What's a paladin?
You know, what's a paladin?
Your knowledge of the land shall be great.
That's fucking EA for you. Anyway, I think that does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed just looking through how much PC game stuff I have. Maybe there's some cool stuff in there that you didn't know about that you're gonna look up. Like, again, like the racing sims, or like maybe like some of this other oddball shit I own, like the demo discs.
No,
These demo discs are kind of cool.
no, demo discs are great.
When I found those, I was like, "Yo, what are these?" You know.
And this is for PlayStation, but look up Cat Icarus. He actually did a video where he talked about British PlayStation demo discs from the UK version of the PlayStation magazine.
Yeah.
It's actually really insightful, and you learn a lot about like the demo discs. And he also did one about the British PlayStation magazine, which I'd like to show you some of them because I think you'd actually really
I'll have
find
to check
that
that out.
interesting.
So. Well, anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. As always, I'm Average Show Squad.
And I'm Zongetsu 134.
And as always, we're going to ask you,
Remember the hyphen?
and take care.
I almost forgot.
Review the hyphen.
No, at least I didn't do that.